No. There we go. Okay, so this melted. Thank you. I was by my coffee, so now my Carmex has melted. Wow. All right. That's never happened before. Interesting. It must have really been hot. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, Dr. Donna Thomas-Rodgers. Let's get this Neuropability party started on your own. Go ahead and inhale and exhale 3 deep cleansing breaths. Okay, today's topic is empower others. We are reviewing the 74 principles of real leadership one at a time. How do we get here? Number 1, through neurogenesis, which is the ability to create new neurons. Number 2, neuroplasticity. That's the brain's ability to wire new neural pathways to different parts of your brain. Number 3 is neuropability. You combine neurogenesis and neuroplasticity along with personal accountability, and boom, bada bing, bada boo, you get neuropability. That's the brain's ability to wire itself to the 74 principles of real leadership and then to combine them. So what you have is unlimited ability to be badass. That's what you get to do when you implement neuropability. Now, we are going to be using, please use it, the executive function of our brain, which is the CEO of the brain today. So put your thinking cap on. To quote Miss Price, my 5th grade teacher, we are about to do this. Let's start with defining empower and others. I've neglected to say this. This is a learning live, so gather note-taking materials, whether they are physical or digital. You will also need a secondary device, as we will be on my website, theturnarounddoctor.com. And for our cognitive fitness activity today, we will be on my YouTube channel. So we'll be live on YouTube, and then we'll be watching one of the A&Q videos, which is located on the homepage. So again, gather some note-taking materials and go to theturnarounddoctor.com website. From there, you're going to go to the 74 Principles of Real Leadership page and scroll down. I am on the wrong page myself. Okay, I tapped back. All right, and we are in the authentic section of Real Leaders Wear Pink, or Real and Pink. And we are on number 4, which is to empower others. Empower others. Empower others. What's the first thought that comes to your mind when you hear empower? It's the first thought that says, you hear empower. What are you thinking? Leadership. Okay, good. I was really, I hear you, Kevin. I was making sure that my coffee was not too hot as it melted my Carmex, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to burn my tongue. So that, okay, good, was I could still talk for the live because we are at the beginnings of it. Good morning, Regina. What is the first thought that enters into your mind when you hear empower? Kevin has said leadership. Anyone else before I give you the definition that I discovered this morning? This morning, giving people permission to try. Okay, cool. Got it. All right, so empower. Make someone stronger and more confident, especially in controlling of their life and claiming their rights. Make someone stronger and more confident, especially in controlling their life and claiming their rights. Interesting definition. And that's what I meant way back in 2008, 2009 when I was writing and publishing my book. And others is another person or persons. Good morning, Bree. I sent you an email this morning. And additional person or persons. So others is another person or persons or additional persons or person. So that's just some more folks. So you are going to make other people stronger and more confident, especially in controlling their life and claiming their rights. Now, what is interesting is when I went to search, so I got these great definitions for empower and others. And what I searched was this simple question: why is it difficult to empower others? And that's what I typed in. Why is it difficult to empower others? And what popped up was this: everything was about leadership in a job. Everything. To the point where I had to do a second fold scroll when they say more from your search on Google. And it was still about leadership in the job. John C. Maxwell, some other people just showing up, showing up, showing up. It was all about leadership at the job. That's what it was about. So that is problem number one. Is that you only can empower others if you at the job. And that's what's funny. It's like the job. Where you at? The job. Everybody's at the job. So at work, in the military, but that's where it is. That's where you empower others. So no other place. So if you are retired like Regina, you're done. You can't get empowered because you no longer teach. So you're done. It's not happening for you. And I'm scrolling. I said, well, this is some bullshit. So that's the only place you can go get empowered. Is that the job? And it depends on what job you at, because I know they weren't trying to empower me when I worked at the concession stands at the Livonia Mall, Regal Cinema, Livonia Mall Theater. I know that's not what they were doing. Not for $3.35 an hour. There was no empowerment there whatsoever. So that's problem number one. You can't get empowered unless you're at the job. But the real answer is this: people don't see themselves as the leader of their lives. That's why you can't empower others. If you don't see yourself, as Kevin mentioned, as leaders, in leadership, and a leadership position of power and authority, you don't have the power to empower anybody else. You don't have it. So if you can only get it at the job and you don't see yourself as a leader, you ain't about to empower nobody else. Number two, you don't feel strong, powerful, confident at all. So if you don't feel powerful, confident, or strong, how you gonna make somebody else powerful, strong, or confident? It's not gonna happen. If you don't feel it first, then it's not gonna happen at all. You can't pass it on, not in the least bit. It's not gonna happen. So number one, you don't see yourself as a leader, and number two, you're not powerful, confident, or strong yourself. Therefore, you can't transfer any power because you don't have any power. And then the third thing is this eliminates the ability to create neuropability, to empower others. So if you already don't have the neurological pathways to think that you're a leader, that you're confident, you're powerful, and you're strong, now you can't do neuropability, because neuropability is wire your brain to empower others. But if you don't have the ingredients, you're not going to be able to empower others. It's not going to happen. So again, the three reasons why it's difficult to empower others. That bonus reason is, if you Google it, it's happening at the job. And then my three answers are: people don't see themselves as a leader of their lives. As a result, they don't feel powerful, confident, or strong. And then number three, those two together eliminate your ability to create neuropability, and therefore you can't empower others. Yes, ma'am. I respond within 24 hours or less, same day. The only time I don't respond the same day is if my daughter and I make it home well after 11 o'clock. Then I have to do my normal things. But I am within 24 hours. That is my commitment, because my primary method of communication, or preferred method, is email. And I'm guaranteeing I respond in 24 hours or less. The only two things, well, there are three things that would stop me. 72-hour hold in Clark County. That's the local jail here. Incapacitated or dead. Yes, number two. So as a result, you don't feel powerful, confident, or strong. So if you don't feel powerful, confident, or strong, how are you going to empower others to feel confident, powerful, and strong? It's not going to happen. You can't give what you don't have. Okay, so what questions do you have about the definition of empowering others, or why it's so difficult to empower others? I have something already on my tablet. I just cleaned the screen. This has to be food of sorts, but probably shea butter, knowing me. I am the queen of shea butter. I have it everywhere. Nola told me don't commit a crime. Or if they say, yeah, it was Dr. Donna, she was at the crime scene. First thing you say was it some shea butter there? Was it some hand sanitizer or shea butter? Because if you don't have residue of either one of those, she wasn't there. She was not there. Y'all lying. If you could run your hand down the rail of the stairs and wasn't no shea butter on it. Nope. Not her. Somebody else that looked like her, but it was not her. Yeah, my garden gave it this morning. And Kevin, did you get number 2? Good morning. So we are at what questions do you have? Regina is typing her questions about the definition of empower others or the reason why it's so difficult for people to empower others. Why is it such a problem? Okay, great. Because this is importante, muy importante. All right, Regina. I am also thinking if you haven't personally experienced being by someone empowering you, then you might not know how to do it for others. That is exactly true. 100% I concur with that. And again, the reason why that's happening is because people have been led to believe only follow the leader in the room, and you cannot be a leader yourself. And that's the problem, is that if you don't see yourself as a leader, you haven't saw or witnessed an empowering person, you haven't been empowered by somebody, how are you going to be able to do it? And the answer is you can't until now. But wait, there's more. I'm on an infomercial. So how do you empower others? I'm glad you asked, Dr. Donna. I'm here to tell you how to empower others. But first, let's go to a commercial break so we can talk about water. No, we're not doing that. All right. How to empower others. Step 1. I am the CEO of Me Incorporated. So go ahead and say that. I am the CEO of Me Incorporated. We've done this before. It's just been a minute. I am the CEO of Me Incorporated. So you got to start there. You have to see yourself as the leader of your life, because you are. Nobody told you this first time you ever heard it. I'm here to tell you today. You are the leader of your life. You are responsible for your life. Don't believe me? Fuck something up and have to go through the judicial system. First thing they're going to say was, what was you thinking? What was you thinking? Now you're responsible. Hold up. You told me to follow all these people. That's on you. With your government name. You going down. So you are the CEO of Me Incorporated. Notice that only happens when you're getting in trouble. Don't really happen when you're doing something grand at the organization, at the job. Somehow y'all collectively did it as a team. Okay, hence I'm not at corporate America anymore. So I am the CEO of Me Incorporated. You got to start there. Number 2, fix you first. Bend the wrist. Fix your character's defects of character, which I learned about in Al-Anon. Thank you to my sister for being my qualifier. Right here. Bend the wrist. Bend the wrist. Everybody bend the wrist. I am the CEO of Me Incorporated, and therefore I must fix me first. Fix me first. Fix the CEO first. We got a lot of CEOs running toxic, horrible organizations because they didn't fix them first. They thought they hired somebody to fix them first. You can't do that. So you got to fix you first. And then number 3, hold yourself. You got to learn how to hold yourself personally accountable. Then you can hold others personally accountable. So I'm the CEO of Me Incorporated. I'm going to bend the wrist and fix me first. And then I'm going to learn how to hold myself personally accountable to become my best. And then I'm going to start holding everybody around me personally accountable too, or they can go to the left, and leave and go to Loserville. Number 4, you're doing it on the daily basis. That's important. It has to be done daily. You can't hold people accountable seasonally. This isn't season. Oh, it's about to be spring. Let's plant some begonias. What is it? Begonias. We're going to plant some flowers. It's time to start getting our gardens together. No. Personal accountability is like breathing. You got to do it all day long if you want to function properly. Okay? If you want your brain to do what it needs to do, it's going to need some oxygen. Okay? So personal accountability is done from the time you wake up until the time you go to sleep. And then the final thing is neuropability. It has to be implemented consistently and used on a daily basis. So not only are you holding yourself personally accountable, which is the number one principle of real leadership, but you got to use the other 73 on the daily basis in order for it to work. If I did not read daily, I wouldn't be able to give y'all 92.3% of the information that I have. I'll take that back. It's probably about 87. If I didn't read and have the experience, if I didn't challenge myself and take risk and say failure is not an option and quitters never win. And if you don't know, ask and communicate effectively and listen and be organized and eliminate. If I wasn't using all of that, first of all, I wouldn't be on day 513 of Alive because I wouldn't get organized and stay organized and eliminate the clutter and the distractions. There would be no 513 consecutive days of Alive. So you have to hold yourself personally accountable every day. And then you got to implement the 74 principles of real leadership through Neuropability. You got to keep using it, get those neural pathways nice and strong, prune all those unaccountable neural pathways, so you can now have the power, the strength, and the confidence to empower others. I will review those one more time. So I am the CEO of Me Incorporated. That's step 1, how to empower others. Step 2, fix you first. All your defects of character, generational curses, and all that bullshit, that got to get done first, okay? Number 3, learn how to hold yourself personally accountable on the daily basis. Learn how to hold yourself personally accountable on the daily basis. Then you're going to hold everybody else personally accountable after you learn how to do it for yourself. And you're going to do it consistently every day, every single day. And then you're going to implement neuropability. You're going to implement neuropability. We got it? I'm tongue-tied this morning. So that's how you empower others. And as Regina mentioned, you cannot do it, first of all, if you've never seen it and it's never happened to you before. But when you do it yourself, when you become the empowering one, now you have the ability to empower others. But I'm going to go back to fix you first. If I did not fix my shit, if I did not go through and grow through and eliminate all of the generational curses in my life, fix my own defects of character, number one problem was my anger and my inability to listen and inability to communicate effectively. Those things were in the way. Those were the top 3, the big, major ones that I needed to fix. And then all the micro ones came in as a result of that. But if you don't fix you first, then you can't be realistic. You can't be authentic. You cannot become a real leader and be fake as a $3 bill with your face on it. It's impossible to do. In order for you to be a real leader, that first word is real. So you're going to have to be the real you. And in order to do that, you're going to be operating in your executive function in the frontal lobe, where you're not in executive function, but in the frontal lobe where the real personality of you resides. If you don't access that and you don't fix you first, you ain't going to be able to be a bad mofo. It's just not going to happen. It will not be in the cards for you. It's not going to take place. So that's the biggest point. Once you say, I am the CEO of Me Incorporated, that means I'm running shit. That means any problem, any obstacle, anything that stops you from being your best and succeeding at this thing called real leadership and being personally accountable, you got to fix it. You have to fix it. Nola and I had an extended conversation yesterday about communicating effectively and understanding what that was going to take from her because she has ADHD and ADD. We got some draft tactics in place. We're going to see how those go for the rest of the week, and we're going to make some adjustments because communicate effectively. It's in her day-to-day communication. If you are her client, you will never know that she cannot communicate effectively on a day-to-day basis. But if you are around her all day, you're like, Okay, that I told her yesterday we were running some errands, and I said I just got to discard like the first 5 to 7 sentences that you say, because that's not what you actually mean. It takes you a minute. Now in those 5 to 7 sentences, she created a bunch of conflict, and you got to go get all past that to get to what she actually meant. So now what she's going to start doing is saying, "Let me gather my thoughts," before she starts speaking, so she can actually quiet her mind and actually gather her thoughts. So the thing that she actually wants to say, she can actually say it. That's coming after "Let me gather my thoughts," because we have been working on this since she was in the 8th grade, and I said, "No, you fixed a bunch, but this has to happen. This is that one thing that needs to be changed." So fixing you first fixes a lot. I say that's a Dr. Donna quote, and people don't want to do this because this is ergonomically unsound. This hurts, all of this, and it should, because this is simple. See that what they need to do, what they need to do, and what they need to do, and what they need to do. You just real good at what they need to do, what they need to do. Try that. You can't. You if you got bad shoulders like me, you try to what I need to do. Try to do that. That's hurt your wrist. Definitely hurting your arm, your shoulder, your chest. It might be a little tight. So point at that same speed. I need to do. 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 It becomes very all of this, all your arms, everything. It's a good arm workout. Maybe I should start. Okay. Anyway, do this. Do this. Fix me first. 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 Because this pew 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 pew. That's too simple. Stop. Yeah. Even look, my shoulders are even more raised to get it done. That's what you got to do. You got to fix you first. None of this is going to work. And then you got to hold yourself personally accountable day in and day out consistently. Hold the other people personally accountable. The unaccountables, either they're going to become personally accountable or they got to go. And then you can have neuropability. You have the ability now, because when you are holding yourself personally accountable on a daily basis, you're naturally going to increase your confidence, your power, and your strength. It's just going to naturally occur. You're going to wake up one day and you're going to be a bad mofo too, because it's over time. So what questions do you have about how to empower others? Bree, would you like to start today or tomorrow? There is enough time left today. Yes, ma'am, it is. Because your personality resides in your frontal lobe. Yes, ma'am. I will send you, when I get off live, I will send you your information when I get off live. So yes, Regina, because that's where all of your cognition, your personality, everything resides in the frontal lobe. So yes, it is from the frontal lobe. Now the amygdala is going to scare you and say, "We can't do this." It doggone let me like, hold on. If you the CEO, what? Wait a minute. Yes, exactly. Meaning not emotional when empowering. You can still have feelings and excitement, but you're not like, "Listen here, motherfucker, we about to do this shit." We like not. It's more so, and empowering isn't necessarily energy. Sometimes it's just something as simple as saying, "I know that you can do this, and here's a strategy for you to be able to do it." And it's really kind of neutral at that point. So it feels like, "Oh, they need you to hold." It's a whole like motivation, but it's not. It's kind of subtle, because it's just enough. I mean, if you turn a light switch on in your house for some power, you just flip the switch, and then remember to clap on You might even have a remote control. It's effortless because it's coming from what you're actually telling the person to do. So it's the exchange of it. Yes, she's doing it now. Look at Kevin. You will be better. You will be, yeah. So let me know if I've answered your question, Regina. And it was more so because I didn't know what her schedule was, Kevin. So sometimes you need a minute to take in all that it takes to do a challenge. Okay, because my challenges are a little bit different than other 30-day challenges. I interact on a daily. No, you do not have to stalk your email. So what's going to happen is you're going to just get one more email, and then you're going to be emailing me, and then I'm going to be emailing you. So it's very interactive. It's every single day. It literally is. So you're literally going to get the playlist, watch, send me some information. I'm going to respond to you. So it's very much interactive. We stuck together for the next 30 days. So please let me know if I've answered your question. And anybody else, feel free to chime in to support. And it's Sabrina as she embarks upon her first personal accountability journey. Yes. So it's just one thing that you have to do. Yes. It's just one thing that you have. It's different. This is the best way. I can't describe it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're pregnant and you go through child labor, then you can start talking to people about it. But if you've never been pregnant or had a baby before, it's kind of hard to describe. So I will say that it is different from the typical 30-day challenges that you experience. Just like you're like, wow, she responded already, because it's actually me. It literally is me. There's no what do you call it? Constant contacts or emails or anything like that. You actually are interacting with me on a daily basis. Yeah. So it's not a program where it's an autoresponder that's being sent to you. That's not. I didn't like those programs. I did them, and that's the reason why I don't do that. It's actually me every day. Okay. All right. You're smiling. Is that a smiling emoji? I can't. Let me put my glasses on. I still can't see it. Okay. What's that emoji? Because I don't speak emojis. Tell me what that one is. I'm learning, but by the time. No. It's not like childbirth. No. I'm saying it's an experience that you have to have in order to, let's say, college. If you can't, if people that haven't gone to college before, they don't know it. It's not scary at all. No, somebody back me up here. Help. Regina said, I have enjoyed listening to a video and then thinking about the video and writing your thoughts. It's empowering. See, there you go. No scared. It's the scared emoji. Okay, cool. Because what happened was I stopped giving people my phone number when emojis became popular. So I don't speak emoji. I speak Bitmoji, but I don't speak emoji. Because by 2017, people didn't have my telephone number. So I don't know what they mean. I have no idea. So it's just, what I'm saying is what happens is people have, if you've done a 30-day challenge before, everybody does their 30-day challenges exactly the same. So it could be a program. It could be something that's automated, sent to you, and then you kind of do something. But that's not how this is. And then every 10 days, you assess where you are until you get to your 30th day, and then you get your certificate on your 31st day after completing the challenge. So it is different. And I know a lot of people say it's different, but mine actually is. It definitely is. Okay. With that being said, empower others. So Regina, just like you just said, listening to the video and thinking and all of that, that's empowerment. So it isn't stand up and do superhero pose. We're about to be empowered. Woo! Can you say hoo-ha? Let's jump out of a helicopter. We're going to take that fear. Woo! No, because that stuff actually wears off. And receiving Dr. Donna's response is exciting. It causes you to think in a deeper way. I concur. I definitely concur with that. Food for thought, for sure. Definitely. Okay. So now we are going to the website. If you are not already there, use your second device and you are going to go to the turnarounddoctor.com. You're going to go to the social media tab. And from there, you're going to go to YouTube. You will be on the home page. So the turnarounddoctor.com social media tab, YouTube is number one at the top of Rooney. And you will be at the A&Q playlist. And you will be listening to, watching, This is Mandatory. This is Mandatory. And once you finish, you will type in your responses, your thoughts, your perspectives, your ahas, your emojis. If you all want to help me learn how to speak emojis, I'm cool with that. I like learning. So many on my phone. I'm like, I have no idea what these mean. I have to look them up. Somebody sent me a green heart, I think it was, or purple, some colored heart. I had to look it up. I had no idea what it meant. Oh, be quiet. Y'all listening to me. Noah says, yes, I am working on the mandatory me time. I average about 15 minutes per day right now. And I'm going to address that too. When you so hold that thought there, my amazing offspring. Sabrina, I'm driving to work, so I have to do the exercise at lunchtime. Okay. Be safe. Kevin, taking that time helps me rest better at night and allows me to review what I have learned in the last 24 hours. Yes. Personal assessment. Reflection time is very much important, and it helps with the fixing you first, and it also helps you to plan better for the next day. And Regina, did you type yours? Because I don't want to move on. Hopefully you're not having it where I can't see it today. I know in fairness to YouTube, there's a lot of people on YouTube all the time. Bow, chicka, bow, chicka, bow, bow, bow. Okay, I'll go and then come back. So I thought about this morning, and I know I say 15 minutes or more per day. And then I thought about, well, what is personal time? Time for you, mandatory me time. So Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I exfoliate my skin with salt. That's mandatory me time because I'm taking care of myself, my personal hygiene time, my time to shea butter my whole body and slide all over the rest of my day. The fact that I floss my teeth, the remaining teeth, multiple times a day. Use peroxide because of how much coffee I drink. I know my teeth don't look like I drink as much. What? It's only a cup. What am I saying? So it's everything that you do for yourself throughout your day. If you decide you're going to take a power nap, if you exercise, I stretch every day, how you eat, the things that you consume, all of that is mandatory me time. So when you start adding up those pockets of time, I shave my head once a week, keep my head smooth and clean. I put on sunblock because the Las Vegas sun ain't no Nevada. The sun ain't no joke. Even in the winter, you still need sunblock if you're going to be outside. So it's all of the things that you actually do for yourself, just for you. It has nothing to do with anybody else. If you listen to music for 30 minutes, if you decide that you're going to take in a podcast, me and my reading, me making social media, it's all the things that you do for yourself throughout your day that has nothing to do with anybody else. Nothing at all. You're doing it for yourself. So mandatory me time doesn't have to be 2 collective hours all at the same time. It could be 15 minutes here, it could be 30 minutes here, it could be 20 minutes there. For me, no one has my phone number. Nobody that I actually know. It's just people that do work at the house, doctor's office, and NOLA's. So that mandatory me time, because no one can call me, that's mandatory. I don't have to concern myself with my phone ringing. I don't. The notifications are off, so it'll show up at the top of my phone, but I don't even get a bloop bloop. None of that. So I have this peace throughout my day where there isn't this disruption. And as I've mentioned, when Nola and I are at appointments and I might have to leave to go get something or vice versa, we literally have to say, turn your ringer on. Because we were at an appointment, we did some work for her barber, and he was at Lowe's trying to call her. And he got back, he said, I tried to call you, but you didn't answer your phone. He was like, oh, okay. We turn the phones are always on silent when we're at appointments, so it won't be disruptive to the household or the business. So anything that you actually do for yourself is mandatory me time. Anything that you make a personal choice. Yesterday, we went to get Nola's oil changed, and I was eating my one of my favorite kale broccoli salads from kale Brussels sprout salad from Nola. And normally I don't eat it around her, but we were confined to her vehicle. And she said, that smells like grass. And not grass that we used to call marijuana back in the day, but like cut grass. And I was eating, and I felt offended. It's like, I'm eating this salad for me. I don't care that you don't like the way my salad smells, but it's good. It's beneficial. I like Brussels sprouts now that I'm an adult. But I was eating that salad for me and not for anybody else. Just get a small container. It's not something that we're going to share in the household. She's not about to eat it. It's everything that you do for yourself. So if you look at the totality of your day and you haven't done 2 hours worth of mandatory me time every day, you got some unaccountable people in your life. You have some unaccountable people in your life, because throughout, we're up 15, most people 16 to 17 hours. Sometimes I'll have an 18-hour day. And you're going to tell me that's less than 1/3 of your day. Less than 1/3 of your day. You don't have 2 hours in your day for you throughout your day. Mandatory me time. That means you are waking up and giving you away to everybody else, and then you're coming home to crumbs. That's no bueno. And then Regina, I can't. If you typed your answer, I can't see it. Okay. So yeah, that mandatory me time is collectively throughout your day. Sometimes you can get more, sometimes you hit it right there, but when you start thinking about all the things that you do to care for yourself, this live mandatory me time, because you are here focused on yourself. When you start adding it up, it should be more than 2, but at a minimum, it needs to be 2. All right, I'm following up from yesterday with look people in the eye when you talk to them. Did you have a look people in the eye experience yesterday? And I had look people in the eye experience yesterday. I'm gonna leave it alone at that. I had to look some people in the eye, and I did. I was looking for some new pajama pants too, so I had to ask several people, and I had a good exchange at a store. And then some other not good exchanges. So we'll leave it at that. We'll think positive today. So remember, type ... so I know that you're thinking. Just following up from yesterday on the look people in the eye when you talk to them and why it's important. And the real leader principle for today is empower others. So as you go about your day, the others might actually be yourself. Begin where you are. Start where you are. Let's look like we gotta go to Queens Ridge. Are y'all typing? Because I can't see. Can someone type something so I'll know that the chat is still working? Or we're not going to be able to get these last 2 questions now. No, Laura, you typing something? Because literally I can't see anything in the chat now. If y'all are typing. Y'all have? I can't see any of it. Damn it. Okay. I actually can't see anything that y'all have typed. What in the world? It has stopped at, let me see if I type something. what will happen. Let me see if I start a Q&A. I can't do that. Let's see if this works first. Okay. Okay. Now, I don't know. Can y'all even see this question? Oh, okay. All right. Damn it. All right. I'm going to have to go out because it is not, I can't see anything that y'all said. Okay. Let me go out and come back in. YouTube. I'll be back. I'll just go back and go live again. All right. Let me end this one.